and welcome back to another episode of Micah's Zoo Tours. Today we will be adding another zoo to the list. Welcome to the Brookfield Zoo. The Brookfield Zoo opened in 1934 and is home to around 2,300 animals. The zoo is set on just 216 acres and is still a little old-fashioned. Today I'll be taking you through what might just be one of the strongest exhibits in the zoo, Tropic World. Tropic World is an indoor part of the zoo that houses apes, monkeys, and other forest mammals. Tropic World is divided into 3 different regions: South America, Asia, and Africa. Tropic World was designed by a French architect and opened in 3 phases between 1982 and 1984. At one point, Tropic World was even the biggest indoor zoo exhibit in the world. It also holds the title for the first completely indoor rainforest simulated exhibit. With that out of the way, let's get started. As you pass under the sign above you, you will turn right to see a doorway. Through the doors, you will enter a small room. Next, the ramp will lead you to Tropic World. In this episode, I will take you through this exhibit, talk about each animal, and even introduce you to some of the inhabitants that call this forest home. When we are all done, you will really see the importance of the forests of the world. As I welcome you to Tropic World. After your trek up the ramp, you are met with your very first stop, the lush forest of South America. As the doors shut behind you, you have a choice to make. Take a path behind the waterfall in a South American cave system, or your second choice is to walk right in front of the waterfall on a bridge suspended over the forest below. As soon as you get back on the main trail, you will see trees, plants, and animals all around you. From the forest canopy to the forest floor, the South American rainforests are home to many different animals. As soon as you look down, it won't be hard to spot the giant anteater. Giant anteaters use their sharp claws to pry open ant and termite mounds. The giant anteater has an unusually long tongue to grab ants and termites. Unlike most other mammals, they also carry their young ones on their back. In 2018, a baby giant anteater was born here at the zoo. Up in a tree just a few meters away from the walkway, you will spot a golden lion tamarin, which gets its name from its golden fur. It forages for fruits, berries, leaves, insects, and small mammals. The golden lion tamarin lives and travels in small groups. Lower in the tree hides a Hoffman's two-toed sloth, one of the world's slowest mammals. Also up in another tree, this time a taller one, is the spider monkey. They use their very long arms to swing from tree to tree, but today they didn't seem very active. Next, you get one last glimpse of the giant anteater, and you may notice some small monkeys scurrying around in the trees. Those monkeys are squirrel monkeys. They're right at home in the trees. When climbing, they use their tails as another limb. They can easily get around in the rainforest. Squirrel monkeys can live in groups up to 300 individuals. Squirrel monkeys are omnivores. That's why they mostly eat fruits and insects. And that pretty much just wraps up South America. Next, you will enter another doorway. As we continue through the doorway, our next stop comes into view. Welcome to our next stop, the Forest of Asia, home to white-cheeked gibbons, Asian small-clawed otters, and Bornean orangutans. Asia's great diversity is really something to marvel at. Trees all around really give you a tropical feeling. High in the trees, you will spot the white-cheeked gibbon. They get their name from their white cheeks. They live in small groups with family. The white-cheeked gibbon uses its long arms to jump from tree to tree. They have a diet of leaves and fruits. Only a little ways away is an island for the Asian small-clawed otters. Asian small-clawed otters live in small family groups. The Asian small-clawed otter is the smallest claws of any otter. They are such good swimmers, they have webbed feet and a waterproof coat. They swim around hunting for fish. The Asian small-clawed otter lives in Southeast Asia by lakes and rivers where they can find their favorite food, fish. Tropic World is currently home to a family group of these Asian small-clawed otters. Our final stop in Asia, and to the right, is a private home for the orangutans. In my opinion, the size of this enclosure is a little small, but the zoo has a unique way of displaying these apes. Orangutans are right at home in the trees of Borneo. That's why this exhibit has plenty of them. Sometimes they have even been known to spend their whole lives in the trees. An orangutan's diet usually consists of leaves, bark, and fruits. Brookfield Zoo is also currently home to 6 orangutans. The Brookfield Zoo helps foster young orangutans by using older orangutans to teach them and to help them learn. to me is a home for the nocturnal Pycnososaurus, but for whatever reason, I've never actually seen it. And that's how our journey through Asia is going to come to an end. Oh, every time! Well, you guessed it, another set of doors, this time leading us into a room with many pictures of African animals. Welcome to our last but not least destination, Africa. As soon as you push open the doors, you will see the forest all around you. This is Africa. Africa is the biggest of the three and also seems to be the most tropical looking. As soon as you walk in, to your left is a little trail that leads into the forest, giving you a view of the first exhibit. The first exhibit is currently home to 3 different types of African monkeys. The first of which is the owlin swamp monkey. They forage around in shallow water looking for fruits, seeds, insects, fish, shrimp, and snails. They are also known to live anywhere near rivers and streams. That's why they have webbed fingers and toes, and they also have an unusual talent for swimming. Next up is the Angola colobus. These black and white creatures eat leaves, fruits, and seeds. They even have complex stomachs, able to digest certain toxic leaves that other monkeys cannot. They live in troops up to 5 to 10 monkeys. In the wild, they spend almost all their lives in the trees. The last monkey in this exhibit is the Schmidt's red-tailed gnoll. They mostly eat fruits, but sometimes they will also eat leaves, flowers, and insects. They are named for their long red tails that can measure up to twice the length of the rest of the body. They can live in groups up to 50 individuals. Surprising or not, they are very important to the ecosystem because their dung contains seeds that will help sustain the forest. And that's all there is to cover for this exhibit. As you walk again with the trees at your side, you will find the main trail. Then you will come to the grand finale. Welcome to Brookfield Zoo's gorilla exhibit. You can view this exhibit from every angle as you fully walk around this enclosure, which opened in May of 1982. Also, I just want to make one more thing clear. These are not monkeys, these are apes. In the wild, gorillas live in the forests of Central Africa in family groups. Some of their favorite foods are leaves, stems, bamboo shoots, and fruits. Family groups that gorillas live in are called troops. There can be 5 to 30 gorillas in one troop. A troop is led by a male silverback that makes all the troop's decisions and choices. As you walk along another bridge, you get one last glimpse of the monkey habitat. Then you will walk up hill-like steps. Even as you are walking, you can still look over the railing to see the gorillas. In this video, I did say I would introduce you to some of these animals, so the zoo's current silverback is Jojo. Then there's a mother of 3, Kola. Kola's mother is Binti Jula. Then there's a subadult, Kamba. Her younger sibling is Nora. And then there is 4-year-old Zachary. There is also a currently unnamed baby at the zoo. As you climb to the very top, you are yet again in front of a waterfall that spills into the pool below. All there is to do is just take a moment to enjoy this view. After you reach that point, you will start to descend along the walkway. You will eventually come to a smaller exhibit. At one point, this exhibit was home to an old silverback, but I do believe he has now passed. As you walk down the path, you will get one last view of the exhibit. And that's the end of our tour. As always, thank you for watching. And guys, I promise this time that this is actually the last set of doors.